All right. Now you're going to tell me from the time that you moved here to the home, you have 4 children, you and David had divorced and he had left. And then how did you make ends meet and survive to help support the family? Yeah.
Well, I still had the job at the printing company,
Oh, when did you get
and I
that
was
job?
still teaching
When?
and had a part-time
Oh,
job at the college.
tell me when you got the job at the printing company. I know you told me, but tell me so we're on film telling me.
Okay, so how I got the job at the printing company, the reason I did was that Bridget was sick and we had no health insurance. So I got the job mostly to have health insurance, and I made really good money over there.
And
In the meantime, I was still teaching, 2, maybe 3 classes at community college and being paid for that. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Don't wash that bathrobe. It just got washed a little bit ago.
It's got hair all over it.
It's all right.
Okay. I won't wash it.
So, I'm working for this man across town. David has left and gone to Wyoming. And after a while, because it didn't look like he was coming back, and I knew he had a lady friend up there, I thought, okay. When my boss asked me out, I thought, for sure, I'm going. And
your boss's name was?
Richard Roberts.
Okay.
And all during that same time, the woman that owned this house, who had a horse that my kids came and rode all the time. They came, cleaned his corral, and rode him. She said to me, I'm selling the house. And I went, oh, no, what's going to happen to the horse? And the kids were just devastated. Well, the sale fell through. And the next year, David and I were really, that was the end of us. And she called one afternoon and she said, okay, this time we really are going and selling the house. Are you interested? And David had, the year before, already filled out papers to buy the house. And I said, can't I just send off the final papers to David and have him sign them and airmail them back? She said, sure. I waited 2 or 3 days for these papers, forged his name, and bought the house. So
You were still married at that time?
we're still married.
Okay.
So at that time, I just started moving. This place was nothing like it looks now. You couldn't even hardly walk around the swimming pool because of the junk. One thing that I think is a cute little story, there were 2 dogs that came with the house. Their name was Salt and Pepper. And there was this hodgepodge of this old carpet around the swimming pool and pallets under it. And I had a man that was helping me, and they was lifting these pallets, and this dog was just going like, hurry up, and had her nose under the wood. And all of a sudden the wood was up enough that she found a bone that she had buried probably years before that. She grabbed that bone and off she ran. The kids helped me. The kids did so much to this house. So much. And eventually, as they got older, Colleen went to Japan. Different kids did. The one that was still here was Bridget. She was the only one still in high school. And I mean, I knew I had to find some other way of making a better living. So I went out to the college and I enrolled in classes, and I got a part-time job helping one of the professors out there. One day I went out there. I worked at night. One night I went out there. Oh, and I was bartending. I forgot that. I was a bartender out on the strip and working at the college. And I got out there and my boss said, well, there was a teacher out there that worked under her. His name was Delford. She says, he's left. He left with a high school student. Oh, Lordy. And so she said, you're going to teach his classes? I said, I won't. I don't know how to do that. She said, you come to class with me in the morning and you teach what I teach in the morning at night. And I did. And then they liked me, and I just kept teaching and going to school and bartending from midnight to 6 in the morning, which I hated. I hated that job. So we slowly but surely just new curtains and all that stuff here, and cleaned up the yard, bought a couple of more horses. And when I graduated from community college, I graduated with straight A's. I was real proud of myself because I was always a dumb kid in high school.
Mm-hmm.
But, when I cared about the classes, I wasn't dumb anymore. And I graduated with honors and straight A's and stuff like that. And so I thought, I'll go to the university. So I went to the university. I taught a couple of little classes out there. Pottery was one of them. I mean, they weren't very serious classes. And I had friends out there, and my church was right across the street. So then in the meantime, time goes on, I was offered a scholarship to ministerial school in La Jolla. And I was offered a house, no rent. I was going to babysit the lady who owned the house's dogs. Dogs. There were 4 of them, I think. So I had this cute little house right there in La Jolla that I could walk to the beach and stuff. And so I dropped out of college. Well, then Bridget had some health problems again. And so I came home. And I continued with my studies out there at community.
Where did the girls go?
Well, Colleen was doing modeling in
Oh, okay. She was all grown up.
yeah, she was all grown up. Shannon was all grown up. She had a boyfriend. And later she married this guy and finished putting him through school. They went to Albuquerque, they went to Florida. And so Bridget was really the only one with me. And then I graduated from UNLV with top honors. I was pretty darn proud of myself. And golly, and then I was here. And then in the meantime, the boss I had at that printing company was ill, and he needed someone. His wife had left. His wife left, and I took him over. He moved in here, and he just thought this was the greatest place that ever was, and he started putting up wallpaper and just all kinds of things. So time goes on, and eventually he died.
But he was your husband? You married?
I married him.
Okay, and he was also involved in the print shop?
He was until he got too sick, and he by this time he had said to me, "How would you like to own a printing company?" I had a little bit of savings. I said, "How much?" And so between the two of us, we bought the printing company. People in Salt Lake City weren't doing what we thought they should be doing. And it was a big commercial printing company. So I got some really fast experience learning to be a printer. And we did some very specialized things, some handset typing, some specialized diplomas for the university, both here and in Utah. So when he finally got sick enough, I just brought him home and took care of him. And when he was dying, he died actually quite rapidly. He was tired, and so life went on. My divorce from the kid's dad, of course, had been final for quite a while. And eventually, I met my next husband. A little embarrassing to say how many times I've been married. And it was a good life. I loved it here.
Yeah. So, okay, so your marriage with Dick, how many years did that last?
8, 9.
8 or 9
something like
years?
that, yeah.
Okay, and how long was he really ill that you had to take care of him?
In the end, he wasn't really ill all that terribly long. I got hospice. I put him in the front bedroom here. He had a couple of kids that lived here, and they came and helped. They were nice children. I mean, all grown up children.
Well, so they came and joined in to help.
They did. Yeah.
And so he maybe 6 months that he was really bad with hospice, or
Maybe 8.
8 months,
Yeah.
so less than a year.
Uh-huh.
And then the ministerial studies you were going to study, and what?
I just quit because I had him.
And that was, you said, New Thought.
New Thought. Yeah.
New Thought ministerial studies, and you were going to train to be a minister.
I was. Yeah.
Yeah.
The church that I was going to was a New Thought church. It was across the street from the university. And I taught some classes and stuff at night over there. I really thought that's what I was going to do.
Why did you like New Thought?
Because they said, whatever you decide to do, if you want to do it, by God, you could do it. You just get a picture of what that was in your mind, and you start doing things that will take you towards that end. And everybody was so kind and so honest that I loved it.
And it was a Christian religion.
This new thought of Christian religion, I'm not sure.
Not sure.
No.
They kind of give honor to all religions, don't they?
They do.
So they give honor to Hindus, Buddhists, Christian, Muslims, Native American.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. I made a lot of friends. Yeah. So then after Dick died, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. And Kathleen and I talked about doing birthday parties over here. We did a couple while Dick was alive. We did a couple of big parties and we charged for them. People had to pay to come here. That's what paid to keep the animals fed. And I wanted a wagon. I wanted a wagon and 2 ponies. I wanted to learn to drive. When I was a little kid back on the ranch, I had learned to drive a bit. So when Dick died, I had a little bit of money. I went out and I bought 2 matching standard Shetland ponies. I brought those home and a wagon, and we started giving birthday parties. And Kathleen bought the house next door, my oldest daughter. So I had help, and she was, that's Bridget.
Ooh, okay. Maybe it'd be a time to stop right now.
Yeah, we can stop.
Okay.